Hey, what's up and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm gonna be trying something different with my camera and microphone setup. Typically I use my iPhone, which I'm on right now. I have 3 GoPros and I haven't really used them in a while. I'm actually having to charge a couple of them over here. So you can see I've got one here and there's one there. And then I've got my external microphone charging and stuff too, because typically I like to use a lav mic with I've got a wireless mic adapter so that I can put my phone wherever and you guys can hear me. Lately I haven't been able to use that because my lightning port on my phone is messed up. So I've, if you've noticed a couple of my videos, the mic might not be the absolute best. It's because my lav mic or my wireless mic, the lightning port is just in and out on it. And then I tried some other stuff and it just wasn't happening. So I'm gonna get the old GoPros fired up. I got all of them charging right now. Well, 2 of them charging. Got my wireless mic charging. And then we're gonna get started on the old other first gen CR-V. I've got several things that have been rolling in for it and we need to get some of this stuff installed. So now we're on the GoPro and we're here in the shop and getting ready to start putting the camber kits and stuff on this CR-V and getting the suspension finalized. We've also got to do ball joints. So we've already put the ball joint, the lower ball joint on the passenger side previously. Right now we're going to go ahead and do the lower ball joint here on the driver's side front. We've also got to install the MaxpeedingRod's camber kit, and then we got some sway bar end links from 3.5, and we have outer tie rod end we also have to install here. And then on the back we have another camber kit also for that. So this rear camber kit right here, and we're going to install that on the rear. And this is the MaxpeedingRod's front camber kit, so we'll get this one installed on the front. And then like I said, we have the 3.5 ball joints and the 3.5 stabilizer link or sway bar link. So we're going to get all that installed, plus tie rod ends, so outer tie rod ends, because mine just they're in rough shape. So I had these already and we're gonna get them put on. So let's get to this video. All right, so now that I got this off, I just took the tie rod end off, popped the axle out, took the lower ball joint off right here. And then now I'm just gonna take my hammer and knock this back through, and we'll get the new one pressed in. You can see though I didn't have to take it off. The upper control arm didn't have to take none of the brake lines loose, so it saves a lot of time there, just not having to take it off, put it in a press. So let's knock this out real quick. All right, so now we took our little 2-pound sledgehammer right here, and we knocked that out and just held it with the shank of it with a pair of pliers. So now we got that out and get our new one and get it prepped to put in there. All right, so I didn't have the proper attachment to use my ball joint press, so I just tapped it in with the hammer. It taps right in, put the lock ring on it. I took the boot off before I put it through, that way make sure I didn't mess up my boot. And then I just reinstalled the boot back on it after got it through. You can see it's still in good shape. Mushroomed it just a little bit right on the edge, but it'll be all right. It is perfectly seated and got the snap ring in it up there too. So that's done. Now let's move on. I'm gonna put a little bit of anti-seize on this axle just to keep it from seizing up in that hub in the future. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the sway bar links. We'll have to heat these with the torch because they're pretty crusty in there. Same thing with the tie rod end. We'll probably have to heat this right here, this jam nut, and then we'll be able to remove the outer tie rod end. And we're also gonna do camber kit on top, because with this being lowered, a lot of times this stock control arm likes to get caught on the pinch weld up here, and we don't want none of that. So we're going to get the adjustable camber kit installed on here, and then to make sure that it doesn't get caught on this lip. So let's move on. All right, so we got the new tie rod on now, the outer tie rod. Got a fresh cotter pin in here. We went ahead and got the ball joint installed there, looking good, good fresh. And now we've just got this loose here, so we'll be able to swap out that from the top. And right now I'm gonna go ahead and do this end link, so I'm just gonna heat these up, take my wire brush and knock off a little bit of rust here just to help me get those off. Put a little penetrating oil on them too. So we got one 14mm nut here, and there's one right here on the back side of the sway bar. So we'll go ahead and get those off too and progress along. Well, we got that end link in now. Just use a 5mm in the end of it to hold it while we tighten up the nuts on there, so it's all good to go. Now I'll lower it down and we'll get this upper control arm swapped out. We have some more brakes for it that I'll be putting on soon, but right now these are gonna ride. All right, you can let it on down there, okay. You see we already got that loose. Just didn't want to take it all the way out until we got these bolts up here loose. So we just got to take out the one 14mm bolt right here, and there's one on the back side of the shock tower right down there. For the passenger side, you have to remove the battery box. I've already done one over on this side, but we've got the one nut here in front of is behind the air box, and then the one that's right back here. And like I say, you have to remove the battery tray to get to it, but we already got it swapped out. You can kind of see that up in here, maybe not really. There it is right there. I'm gonna let OK do this one over here.
What, the next one?
That one.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm tired, I'm whipped, I'm old. No, that's the new one going in. Just make sure you're putting the correct side on the correct side. See, it's got the L right there for left. So the driver's side in the US is the left side, because it's always as if you're sitting in the driver's seat. So you can go ahead and put that one on.
Make some gloves.
Some gloves.
Yeah,
I like gloves.
that's whatever.
It slides right up in there. It's a pretty straightforward install. There you go, right there. Hold on.
Oh, I got the other one on there too.
Okay, I'll get both of these started. So we got both of those started. So now we'll go ahead and get the ball joint tight here, and then we'll put the wheel back on and we'll set the car down, and then we'll tighten up these up here so that they're properly preloaded, not prematurely wearing out the bushings. So, well, we got that one installed now, looking good in there. And then I haven't adjusted the camber on them or anything. We'll do that whenever I take it to the alignment shop. We did get some camber kits for the rear. I just bought these off of Amazon, nothing fancy. But we need to be able to camber the rear end just a little bit, because the wheel was hitting right here on this lip just ever so slightly. And so I'm going to take off the stock link and we'll put this one on there, and then that'll allow the clearance that we need to be able to clear the wheels. I already got this one on. I can kind of see it up in there. So pretty straightforward install, and we'll get this one on. All right, so we got that one on now. Got it on back there. Got it all tight. Now we just got to put the wheel on and let it down again and make sure that we got clearance. We have to turn it in a little bit just to make sure that it's not going to interfere with the fender on the tire. But I kind of set it accordingly how I set the other side, and hopefully we'll be good to go. Brakes work good.
That's good. I mean, I imagine you just kind of dug a hole in the ground there.
I don't think it rubbed.
You don't think so? I don't think it did. I ain't hear it at least.
Jeez, look at that. It ain't rubbing.
No, it's that's close.
Close counts.
I guess. What's better?
Well, let's get this thing back up to the house, park it, and then maybe one day later this week we'll take it and get alignment done on it, and then we'll be able to do some actual testing. So we're gonna get out of here for the day, and like I said, we have some more parts that have been rolling in for the CR-V. We got a new header, some new brake upgrades, and some other stuff that we're gonna do once we get the alignment done and be able to drive this thing, because I want to do like comparisons before and after with the header, as well as like sound comparisons, braking, you know, before and after, and all that kind of stuff. So like I said, make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe, do all those things, and we'll see you on the next one.